What's up, everybody, and welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm your girl, Lady T. Y'all, I know I've been slipping on my pimping when it comes to these videos, but shit has just been crazy with finals and, the holiday coming up. But don't worry, y'all, I'm back on my A game, so let's get into it. Tonight, we are talking about Hollywood Divas. Y'all, this reunion was crazy. It was all over the place, but I was kind of here for it because unlike Love and Hip Hop, which don't get me wrong, I love my Ratchet TV, but unlike Love and Hip Hop, where it's all over the place and everybody fighting and everybody screaming where you can't understand what's really going on, this was a whole bunch of bullshit, but it had some type of organization to it. So anyway, y'all, like I said, let's get into it. We have one of the executive producers, Carlos King. He is the host. It gives us something different as far as hosting because we really don't know who he is. So we get to not only see how he is as a host, but, we kind of get to see the man behind the show. So that's pretty cool. And he brings out the ladies and everybody. As far as they look go, they all just looked okay to me. They could have did better. Like, they had all these big old prom dress gowns and stuff. And I know it's a reunion show, and I know everybody's supposed to go extra. It's supposed to be, over the top with their fashion for the night. But I don't know. I didn't like really none of the dresses. I kind of like Countess's dress. I would have liked Paula's, but I don't know. I think something with that train or just too much red. I don't know what it was going on. And then we had Elise with that broke down Beyonce wig. And Carlos, he gonna say she was giving him Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I Tease. Boy, bye. No, definitely was not. She looked like a broke down Beyonce with that wig. And, I can't even say her weave be tight because it don't. But her weaves usually be better than this. And I didn't like the color. It blended too much with her skin tone. It was just all off. But anyway, he has all the ladies out on the stage. And, he talks about, how the show has impacted their lives. And, everybody's talking about how, since the show, they've been getting offers, Golden has gotten a national Super Bowl commercial, so she's really excited about that. Paula J. Parker, she out the extended stay in, people calling her or whatever, so she's happy. And, Countess is, getting calls and she's getting overwhelming support from everybody. So it's all good. Then they were talking about, some of the backlash about how, these were one time relevant working actresses and now they're reduced to doing reality TV and how, reality TV gets a backlash. And, Golden jumps in and says, well, she was one of those people who talked about reality TV because she didn't understand why she couldn't get work because of these people who came on shows, for wig pulling and getting their nails done. She didn't understand why she was losing jobs to them. And she's a bona fide actress. And what Lisa Wu had said, which I totally agree, yeah, you might lose some of your roles, but it's not necessarily because, they're on reality TV. Some of them really have trained and it's just a vehicle. And honestly, if it wasn't for, like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, all those other great black reality shows that's come in the past few years, there wouldn't be no Hollywood Divas. So she wouldn't be on that stage right now collecting that check. And I totally agree with what Lisa Wu was saying. So, you can't really just downgrade reality TV. I mean, honestly, what I do think is, I do think with social media now, it's taken away a lot, not just from when you talk about scripted television and taking away money from bona fide actors and actresses, but also when you even think about music, people don't go out and buy CDs no more. People go on social media and say, hey, I'm about to drop this album out on iTunes or this or that. everything is just so, like, social media driven now. So, you're right. People do get more relevancy now for just being out there. You don't really have to have no particular talent when back in the day you did. But that's just not, like I said, it's not with just television. It's also with music, film, everything. Anyway, then we move on to Paula. Paula is, telling Carlos, when they did their retrospective, how far everybody's come and they look back on the season, she goes and says, I'm not crying because it hurt me to be homeless. I'm proud to say, this is where I've come from. I'm proud to say that I was homeless and now I have a house. My son is in a new school and he's thriving. I'm just blessed. And I agree with that. She has definitely come a long way, and it took a lot of courage to, share her story. And then she talks about why she was blackballed. And let me tell y'all, this shit was crazy. Come to find out, it was what I said. So pat myself on the back because I was right. What happened was she was dating a high-profile director, producer, and she cheated on him with force. And that's why she got blackballed, because this guy was high up and he basically probably made some calls, was like, don't work with her. Or however the case may be. Or maybe he had friends who was just, real loyal. Like, hey, you messed over my boy. I can't kick it with you like that because my loyalty is with him. But anyway, she tries to throw it off on the guy, whoever it was, saying that he cheated first. So then she went and start kicking it with force. But my thing is, I've never been a fan of, an eye for an eye. If that person's cheating on you, instead of doing tit for tat, just leave them alone. But anyway, that's her excuse for why she got blackballed, whatever. I really do think that she has issues. Now, do I think she's talented? Heck yeah. But I just think she has a lot of issues. Let me sit up, y'all. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Maybe that's a little better. Yeah, I really do think she has issues. So I don't think it's just because she slept with Forrest and decided to be with Forrest. I think not only was it that, but like I said, she has a lot of issues. And then, she talks about how, everybody kind of disses themselves, but Elise was the one who pulled her to the side out of love and said, look, I think you should keep whatever you and Forrest are doing on the low, because I don't want you, to deal with the backlash. I don't want people coming for you. And they're going to come for you because you throwing it up in everybody's face. And anyway, then after that, we move on to Lisa. She's talking about, how she was a little nervous about returning back to reality TV because she's very sensitive. And she really wanted to put herself back out there like that. And, she talks about how the rumor was that she lost her kids through the drugs. And she was like, no, I was dealing with a very powerful man, quote unquote, Keith Sweat. And when you're dealing with a powerful man and he got money, it's nothing you can really do because you're going to get bullied by the system. But now she got her kids back and, she's happy. She seems like a really good mom. So I tend to kind of believe what she's saying. Then we go to Elise. Elise talks about why she really didn't go in depth into her personal life. She said she really wanted to focus on her craft and that she didn't want to put her business out there on blast because she really does, she's sensitive and she don't want people looking at her under a microscope or whatever. Anyway, but Carlos, he bring up some footage that they didn't put on the show about how she talked about how she dated Rick Ross and 50 Cent. And back in the day, she was engaged to F. Gary Gray, the director. And, he was talking to her about that. And basically, she loved all of them. She said her and Rick Ross, they were really in love, but she was into her career and everything. So I thought that was real interesting. I didn't figure her for the type to be all into the hip-hop, a hip-hop guy, whatever. Then we got Golden. She is talking about how difficult it was for her to get work after she had her baby and how she think that's unfair, how people can go, particularly white people can go take a break and then come back on the scene and have all this work laid out for them. And she takes a break to have a baby, and basically she couldn't get no work. And then she talks about how, on the final episode, she talked about she has issues with her skin color because her mom's light-skinned, and, she's always had issues with her skin tone. And she says now, she's working through it. She loves her skin tone, and her mom always told her she was pretty. She always called her beautiful copper penny. And I don't know about that, y'all. I mean, she considered that a compliment. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I feel like when someone is going through issues with their skin tone, you don't rub in that they're darker by calling them dark copper penny. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, let's get into what I really want to talk about. So at the very end of the show, they start talking about the drink situation, where Paula keeps talking about how she at least do drinks on her and her friends. They were talking about how the story keeps changing, and they were arguing back and forth because, they keep saying the story keeps changing. And side note, y'all, Countess Bond is giving me everything. She is just so unbothered, and I love it. She's just here to do a job. She ain't here for all that petty shit. They was asking her about what she felt about. They asked her about the Instagram thing. She was like, child, just gave them the look like, psh. And then when they asked her about the whole Paula accusing Golden spilling a drink on her, she was like, I don't even care. And the only thing she really did get hyped up about is about when Golden was dissing the whole thing about being on a reality star, on a reality show. And she was like, why you getting calls for roles and getting national commercials? How you think they found out about you? Reality TV. It's that reality TV for that ass. I was like, I know that's right, Countess. Let her know. And I like how Countess speaks up when need be. She don't get into all that bullshit, but she will speak up when need be. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So anyway, they're talking about the incident between Paula and Golden about the drink situation. And since Paula keeps not getting her story straight and they arguing, Paula goes, well, you don't want me to have Forrest, to tell us the story. You want him to tell his side of the story. And so he's in the audience and he stands up and he's talking about, yeah, she had her drink like this. And Golden is like, who holds their drink like that? And he chimes up and gets all buckets like, when a man is talking, you need to shut up. You need to learn to shut up when a man is talking. I said, you know what? And I'm glad Golden said it. Just because your wife has stripped you of your manhood don't mean that you can talk to me any kind of way just so you can feel like a man, okay? You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your wife. And actually, you know what, Golden? He don't even talk to his wife like that. He just the epitome of bitch assness, okay? Don't got no fucking job. He look dirty. He probably don't got no fucking car. Matter of fact, I know he don't. I think that's Paula car that he be driving Paula around in. He don't got shit, okay? All that shit, that little shit that they do got is Paula. So he need to sit his ass down and have several seats. He pissed me off so bad at the end of this episode. And I cannot wait to see next week because they're going to pick right back up. And I am just so ready to go in on his ass. Y'all know I do not like him. Ever since I started these reviews, I've always had an issue with him, with his low down, dirty dog self, just sitting on his ass. Like, what the hell is he doing now since he done quote unquote wrote and helped direct the White Sisters? What the hell is he doing now? Nothing but sitting on his ass. Anyway, y'all, that's it for tonight. Until next time, y'all, peace and love.